Good morning, everybody. This is Grant with State of the Spark. For a brief episode this morning, this is my show from the road. Marissa and I are in Leawood, Kansas now, visiting with family, traveling, keeping the business going, and it's been crazy. And today we're going to cover, I had the honor of speaking to Donald Miller yesterday. Donald Miller, yes, the author of Business Made Simple, the author of Story Brand. Fantastic guy, fantastic author with a lot of experience, and I had the offer to interact with him and discuss a little bit about just getting mentored from him on the biggest paradigm, the biggest mistake that small business owners make. And I'm going to share that with you. But before that, you know that no matter where I'm at, no matter where our wheels or our feet take us, we're going to start with a morning cup of gratitude. That's right. We're going to start with a morning cup of gratitude. And listen, I want to know how you're starting your day. I want to know what's exciting you. I want to know that what's motivating you. I want to know what's lifting you up. So even though we're halfway across the country, I'm going to share with you what I'm grateful for this morning, and I would love to hear from you what you're grateful for this morning to know that you're starting your day off right. Okay, I'll begin. I am grateful for, I've said it a million times, an awesome team and a business that has allowed us to travel. I'm also grateful for, I don't think I've shared this, on Tuesday, we had a ceremony to bid farewell to my father-in-law, Glenn's mother, Ricky, my step-grandmother, and she's a phenomenal person. And we got to have a ceremony by the beach and watch the sunrise, and I realized that it was such a blended family. So what I'm grateful for my morning cup of gratitude this morning is the power of family. Blended families that come from all over the world. You know, I heard it said recently, for those watching, blood is thicker than water. And what we often use this phrase, Marissa sent this to me. Well, how we often use this phrase is we use it to say that birth family, the blood of birth, is thicker than water. But that's not the original phrase. The original phrase is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. And it literally means the opposite. It means the blood of people that we choose to be in our lives is often thicker than just the default blood of the womb. Blood is thicker than water. So what I'm grateful for this morning is all forms of family, all forms of blood who enrich our lives. What are you grateful for this morning? I want to hear it in the comments. I want to hear what you're absolutely pumped about this morning and what's getting you out of bed. Let's talk about what the author Donald Miller taught me yesterday about the number one paradigm mistake that small business owners make. Let's talk about it. So yesterday, Chris Ann Long in our area, if you're watching and you're from somewhere else, in our area arranged for the author Donald Miller to present to the area business people in Lakeland and Polk County, and it was a real honor. I have a lot of respect for what Donna Miller has done. I had a lot of respect for Donna Miller's early works, just about his journey of faith. But since then, he's really focused on story and story brand. He's popularized the idea of story brand, which is a very popular within the church circles way of marketing and messaging. Good stuff. He's also friends with Michael Michalowicz, who's an author that the Spark Group, Spark Bookkeeping, Spark Sites, Spark Training, which we use quite frequently, everything from Profit First to Clockwork. It's phenomenal entrepreneur material. I'm working on Fix This Next, and it's my hope to get Fix This Next certified. But we sat on the phone with Donald Miller, and yes, it was a big group. And then Chris Ann opened the floor for questions, and I got to interact. And Donald was a very gracious person, a very friendly fellow. Very transparent about his financials. He shared that the company's a $16 million company now. He said they kind of wore all the hats until he became about a $500,000 company, and then again at a $4 million company. He turned it over to a Harvard graduate, super smart guy, and in just 6 months, the very next month, their sales were down 20%. And so he took the company back and realized, I've really got to create good material for small business owners. So to my question, I was able, when I came on, the original question I asked Donald Miller, and then I modified it, was this. I asked Donald Miller, what's the number one mistake solopreneurs and small business owners of teams of 1 to 3 are making, preventing them from growing? And he asked for a little clarification, so I said it a little bit differently. I said, what's the number one paradigm that small business owners are missing out on that cause them to fail. Now, he kind of meandered a little bit at first, but his final answer was this. He said small business owners do not prioritize, especially under $250,000 a year revenue. They do not prioritize money-making activities every single day. He said, of course you wear all the hats, but the thing you do between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., that thing you do between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. determines your growth. He said, I could tell a company is going to grow. He gets pitched a lot of venture capital deals. And he says that he can tell if a venture capital deal is going to make it, if the business owner of that venture capital deal is going to make it, depending on what they answer this question. What do you do between 7 and 9? Now, for Spark, and especially Spark Sites, the thing we do from between 7 and 9, Marissa and I usually have coffee between 7 and 9. And then at roughly 8 or 8:30, we then actually sit down and do our initial tasks before our morning huddle at 9:15. It gives everyone a chance to kind of start working and looking at everything in the day. Now, what I tend to look at is invoicing, collecting money, and sales. And I look at my sales appointments for that day and for the rest of the week. Now, I think that's pretty good based on Donald Miller's suggestions. So, quick question before I keep going to you watching. What are the things you do between 7 and 9 a.m.? Those first 2 hours of the day, before emails and phone calls start to dictate to you how you're leading your business. What do you do as a priority? Now, I think I do pretty good based on Donald Miller's assessment of what you're doing first thing in a day, but I would back that up even further. I actually try to work on content creation because he did say this. He said money-making activities could be sales and it could be marketing, but quite often it's content creation. Are you writing your ebooks? Are you writing your books? Are you writing your posts that will go out? Those are all marketing, aka money-making activities. And if you are the founder, if you wear the founder's hat, if you are the initiator or the small business owner, until you're doing over $250,000 in revenue, you're probably going to be handling nearly all of the marketing, and you should be. You should not be delegating marketing if you're not making $250,000 a year. I just had a conversation with another friend, family member, and client, Glenn. He's a family member. And we were talking about his marketing, some of the highs and lows of his marketing. And we were discussing how he's handled marketing over the last year or so, and he just doesn't want to be a marketer. He is a subject matter expert. He's a phenomenal trainer. He's a phenomenal coach. And he has, in different seasons, completely delegated marketing and then sometimes not. And in the latest season, he's completely delegated it. Well, according to Donald Miller anyway, who's not the gospel of this per se, but he is a respectable and reputable coach and trainer. According to him, that's a sort of skill that Glenn should take back and own. Should Glenn be the best marketer around? No, but he should know it well enough to delegate it. So the same goes for you. If you're making under roughly $250,000, you need to take back money-making activities, aka marketing. Whether that's basically generalized, and Donald Miller said this, generally that's considered content creation because content creation can be used and double-dipped as marketing as well as product creation, and you'll never really hit those high six-figure and seven-figure sales without a product. It's really difficult to be a small business owner with a small vision and become a service company anytime soon with your marketing activities at growth or scale, unless that's your vision. I know people like Daryl Turner and the Pest Cartel in our area. They have a vision for a scaled 7- and 8-figure company in the area of service, but most people in the area of service themselves consider themselves the subject matter expert. If you are in a service-based business and consider yourself a subject matter expert, meaning you're the one, you want to be the one people come to for service, you're not going to really scale to a 7- and 8-figure company. It's not that you can't, it's just extraordinarily difficult. Because by default, you'll avoid things like administration. Am I scaling my company? HR. Am I hiring the right people and training the right people and building the right systems? Am I building a business or am I building a self-employed job? And you got to ask yourself and answer that self definitively. I just had a coaching with Jamie Clemens of Loud Life Productions a few weeks ago. And he said emphatically, he wants to be a business owner. Now, of course, he's never going to let go of his videography skills and video production skills. He's a director. He's gonna make sure these things are extraordinary, but he's accepting the fact that he wants to grow. And if you accept the fact you want to grow, at some point, you have to shift your gear from learning the skill of your service to learning the skill of business development. And circling back to Donald Miller, the thing he was saying is the thing you do from 7 to 9, or even before that, because I actually start roughly around 6, and that's often content creation. But I could be doing it a lot better. I could be doing my journaling and my blogging and condensing that in the vein of a book or an ebook or training for my website company as well as my training company. And then from 7 to 9, what Marissa and I do over coffee is we plan the company. What are we doing with the team? And yes, usually from 7 to 8-ish, and from 8 to 9, we're actually working, and I'm often working on sales. So I'm proud, honestly, I'll say transparently, I'm proud that I kind of align with Donald Miller's assessment of, are we on track for growing? Are we on track for leading our team? So I'm proud of that. But are you? And what could you align? I know that I could adjust my content creation so that it was more aligned with our brand and leading people somewhere to calls to action for our product or service. I just need to put out a few pieces of content that just say, hey, listen, we're Spark Sites. We do these sorts of websites well, and we'd be honored to help you with your web presence. I should just put that out there. You should too. How should you be adjusting your content? So that's what I have for you today from the Spark Roadshow. I'm grateful for our teams. I'm grateful that I got to actually interact with someone who I respect, Donald Miller, an author and trainer. And that was the lesson I learned from him. What are you grateful for today? And how are you going to up your game? Listen, if you need any help or support, visit us at stateofthespark.com. If you want to carry on any of these conversations, visit us at the Facebook Goals and Gratitude group. That's all you got to post. Post that there. But no matter what you do today, remember the mission: igniting lives of explosive significance, starting with your own. Have a great day.